When you approach business planning with a business as a ministry operating system mindset, where mission, vision, values are infused in the very core of the business, and how you look at an eternally balanced scorecard, it brings a whole new lens to how we assess our planning. So as we prepare to go into a planning season in the midst of a year of disruption, with lots of perpetual uncertainty and VUCA being underscored, how do we look back, critically assess our learning, our lessons, our planning, and our effectiveness as we then pivot into planning for the future? Well, as we begin to filter where we can best leverage the power of peers today and looking at our planning disciplines, let's do a simple exercise that'll help confuse feelings with facts and bring some quantification to insights that may identify where the greatest opportunities to reform and improve our planning disciplines are for the year ahead. So if we're to take and look at the different dimensions of a 5-point alignment matrix, and we're going to look at all the different areas, and we're going to ask 4 critical questions. The first question, we're going to think about the areas of our business, and you're going to do all 5, but just for example, we're going to look at revenue, or you may look at ministry, you may look at people and talent, and we're asked the question for that area of the business, what's the discipline level, what's the effectiveness of our planning? Thinking about how we've approached strategic planning over the past year, and we're going to rate it in a 1 to 5. Don't overthink this. A 1 means it's just rinse, lather, repeat. You just do what you've always done. There's not a deliberate way you apply planning to that dimension of the business. It just gets caught up under some other major goals, perhaps. A 5, on the other hand, being you've got KPIs and goals and data that's informing your process, and you'd say we have a really rigorous planning process there. Now we're going to look and be honest at what's the results been of the past year? How's performance for that area of our business? And similarly, we're going to rate it 1 to 5. Now we're rating it separate from planning because particularly in a year of uncertainty, there can be a high disparity. There can be false positives and false negatives around how performance went versus the reflection on our planning. Take sales. If you were in the paper product space in the middle of COVID, you could have had a surge of revenue, but it had nothing to do with the diligence of your planning. It was an opportunistic market event. Likewise, you could have had great planning, but due to a regulatory event or some other catastrophe, results were subpar, below plan. But it's not a reflection on the planning discipline as much as a reality of events. And so let's assess plan, results, and then let's ask the important question of why. We want to look here for best practices. We want to look here for insights gained. Is there an event? Is there a lack of data? Is there an obstacle? Is there a critical reason why our planning is not good, was not good, is challenged? Is there a reason why we blew things out of the water from a performance perspective, or why we woefully missed target? Is there critical insight that should inform the way we approach planning for the year to come? And then last, before we begin honing in on our high payoff areas, let's also ask the question, in a post-COVID world, what's the demand curve going to be for how we plan in that area of our business? And we're similarly going to just simply rate this 1 to 5. What are we thinking about here? We're going, where has the market shifted? Where's the world changed and changing to where what got us here won't get us there, and we need to rethink about that area of our business. So there may be areas of how you serve people, the way you found talent, the way you source materials are going to have to change next year. So we're going to rate how acute the emerging marketplace is demanding change upon that area of your business. And collectively, this will give us a quantitative insight into high payoff areas for us to think about changing how we do strategic planning in this season.